Hi there, I'm Pat from Pat's Brewery, and we're brewing a big boy this week. That's right, big beer this week, 11%. We are brewing a Belgian quadruple, and the recipe was provided by Mike from the English team of Beer Masters. He shared it in someone else's video. I will share a link to him sharing that. A little bit behind the curtain. Beer's already brewed. I've already sampled it, and it's very nice. But I have to do an intro because I forgot to film it. I'll go through the recipe, and we've got the link for you to check out him talk about it. It's got some great stuff in there, including cinnamon and Belgian candies and all sorts. But I'll go through my recipe of it, just because I did make one change. So in Mike's original recipe, he had used Mount Hood as one of his bittering hops, but actually not that much, and I didn't want to be buying an entire pack of Mount Hood hops when I had other hops I could use for the bittering additions. So I ended up using Hersbrucker hops, as I've been using a lot of recently, for the bittering. 9.5 IBUs on it, so I made sure that the IBUs balanced out. Anyway, to go with the rest of the ingredients, malts first. So 5.5 kilograms of pale Maris Otter. We used 1 kilogram of Cara malt from Baird's. We also used some Special B, recipes here if you're wondering, Special B Digmans, and we used 800 grams of that. Yeah, really smelled good. And then we also used 800 grams of wheat malt. Regarding the hops, already mentioned, there is a bittering addition of Hersbrucker hops in mine. I used 30 grams for 9.5 IBUs. Also used some Tenang for bittering hops. That was 50 grams, generating 20.3 IBUs. Then we have a 30-minute addition of Saz at 30 grams or 9.9 IBUs. And then we also have a 10-minute addition, 20 grams or 3.8 IBUs of Saz as well. Now, we have some others. I mentioned cinnamon. So, yep, I added 2 cinnamon sticks at 10 minutes. So that went in. Also put in some yeast nutrients, needed that yeast nutrients to help with the fermentation. And then also some Belgian candy. Now, I made a mistake in the brew day. I'll be upfront and tell you. I actually added that in for the full boil, 60 minutes. Whereas I was meant to just add it in for the last 10. So I don't know how much of an impact flavour wise that's had. I don't know how much, I've never eaten, I didn't eat the candy on its own. When I say candy, it's just sugar, as far as I'm aware. But I didn't try it on its own, so I don't know if I would have got more flavour if I put it at the end of it or not. I put it in at the beginning, my mistake. Highly recommend that you do it properly and put it at the end if you want to follow the recipe properly. So, that's it. I've spoken a fair bit now on this. Let's get the brew day underway, and then you can see the clip of me tasting it. time for the sampling. So I'm definitely only having a half pint of this one, with it having an ABV of, I think it was 10.6%. Yeah, that's probably going to knock my socks off. So I might not even have a half, maybe a third. So, been in the keg for a week. I think there's still some conditioning to do. So, it ended up being 10.6% ABV, and it did not finish out as low as I wanted it. It was meant to finish off at 10.20. It didn't get there. It got to 10.25. I think I was half expecting that, because once again, no starter on the yeast, but it's what it is. So it's always going to be a sweeter beer, because, or even with a 10.20 finish, so with 10.25, definitely going to be a sweet one. What is that? So, which I think about, so we added the Belgian candy and the cinnamon, although we added the Belgian candy at the wrong time. I think I added it at like boil when it was meant to be at the last 10 minutes, so apologies for that error. That's definitely a sweet and strong beer. I'm liking it. I'm not sure if I'm picking up individual flavours. That was nice. It's so weird sometimes, kind of going, I'm not picking up individuals, like I'm not picking up saying just a stick of cinnamon. That's not in my head. It's kind of, there's something there that it's really interesting to try and pull out these flavours, because I know what I've popped in there, and admittedly I think I mean, hop wise, there's Hersbrucker hop from the bittering, I think, wasn't it? Let's just go down. Tenang from the bittering, along with some Hersbrucker. There's Saz for the flavours. So normally I'll pick up Saz a little bit more, but I don't know. I mean, it's a lovely beer, it really is, and I definitely won't be having two more, because I can already kind of taste the difference in alcohol percentage from the last beer that I just tried. That's dangerous, because in this short amount of time I've almost had that, and I want to polish it off, and I dare say I will, but I can see, without being too careful, that could knock some people on their asses. But that is a really nice beer. It's really nice. And again, hats off to Mike, who done the recipe for this. I really do appreciate the share of it, and I really do recommend everyone else give it a go. I'll stick a link, if I haven't already, in the description to the channel where he shares it. Channel, video, well. Oh, that's nice. I was expecting it to be a bit darker, I'll be honest, but actually, it being still this kind of dark brown colour, it's not kind of, I was expecting more of a black in colouring, but actually I think this is more pleasant to look at. Yeah, there's a few bits in there from being in the first pour, but you know what, that's all good. Till next time, guys. Cheers.